No specific subject, just summarizing.
Joe Biden is highlighting his achievements and broken promises as he compares his tenure with Donald Trump's.
Japan experienced a 7.6 magnitude earthquake, resulting in a tsunami and 4 deaths.
Xi Jinping in China has implemented a corruption purge reminiscent of Mao's continuous revolution, which could potentially paralyze the party.
Sports betting traders balance the athletic drama on the field with the financial stakes behind it.
The Cleveland Browns NFL team improved after their starting quarterback got injured and they signed Joe Flacco. Israel's highest court struck down a controversial law aimed at curbing its power, leading to potential political and social strife.
Israel is reshuffling forces and preparing for a prolonged conflict in Gaza.
Wall Street is optimistic about the new year due to a stronger economy than expected.
Consumer choices haven't bounced back after the impact of COVID-19.
Non-traded REITs faced challenges in 2023 as fundraising declined and shareholders cashed out. Michigan's football team found motivation from smelling salts after a tough season.
Nick Saban remains consistent, while Alabama's football team undergoes changes. The article discusses best budgeting apps for individuals, startups, and small businesses. This is good news as it provides options for people looking to manage their budgets effectively.
GitHub has made Copilot Chat generally available, allowing developers to ask questions about code. This is good news as it enhances the development process and provides a helpful resource for programmers.
The article mentions 6 great audiobook apps that aren't Audible. This is good news as it suggests alternative options for individuals who enjoy listening to audiobooks.
The Equity Crew predicts that there will be fewer VCs in 2024. This is perceived as bad news, as it suggests a potential decline in venture capital funding, which could impact startups and the overall entrepreneurial ecosystem.
TechCrunch shares its favorite apps of 2023. This is good news as it provides insights into useful and innovative apps that were released during that year.
AI company executives can ensure generative AI is ethical with these steps. This is good news as it highlights that AI company executives are proactively taking steps to ensure that their AI systems are developed and used ethically. They recognize the importance of responsible AI development and its long-term benefits for their business.
Facing roadblocks, China's robotaxi darlings apply the brakes. This is bad news as it suggests that the once promising robotaxi startups in China are facing challenges and are slowing down their operations. This may indicate difficulties in scaling their technology or regulatory hurdles in the industry.
Should all acquaintance be robot? This does not mention any specific company, so there is no clear good or bad news. It seems to reference a quiet week between Christmas and New Year's Day in the tech industry.
GitHub makes Copilot Chat generally available, letting devs ask questions about code. This is good news as it highlights the availability of a programming-centric chatbot, Copilot Chat, for developers subscribed to Copilot for Business. It provides a helpful resource for developers to seek guidance and ask questions about their code.
The Equity Crew predicts we'll see fewer VCs in 2024. This is bad news for the VC industry as it suggests a decrease in the number of venture capitalists in the coming year. It may indicate a challenging investment landscape or a shift in investment strategies.
Good news. Jiangsu Rec Biotechnology Co. Ltd. has announced positive results in the interim analysis of their clinical trial for the novel adjuvanted recombinant shingles vaccine, RACE 610. This vaccine, dependently developed by the company, has shown promising outcomes in its first-in-human trial conducted in the Philippines.
Novotech has released a global clinical trial landscape report on HIV, providing an update on the current state of research in this field. This is a good news for the medical community and those affected by HIV, as it shows that there is ongoing effort and focus on finding new treatments and solutions for this condition. With over 1,000 clinical trials being conducted globally, it demonstrates a commitment to improving the lives of the 39 million people affected by HIV. This report is a valuable resource for researchers, healthcare professionals, and patients as it provides insights into the latest advancements and potential breakthroughs in HIV treatment.
Anne Merchant has been appointed as a non-executive director of Biodexa Pharmaceuticals plc, effective from December 31st, 2023. SeaStar Medical has announced a positive update regarding the enrollment of subjects in its clinical trial. The trial, called Neutralise-Aki, is evaluating the safety and effectiveness of SeaStar's selective cytopheretic device in adults who have acute kidney injury and require continuous kidney replacement therapy. So far, the trial has successfully enrolled 12 subjects, indicating progress in the study.
High-Tech Pharmaceuticals has a good news. They have introduced a revolutionary breakthrough in weight management called semaglutide. This product is a glucagon-like peptide 1, GLP-1, receptor agonist. To explain the medical terms, GLP-1 is a hormone that is naturally produced in the body after eating. It stimulates insulin secretion, suppresses appetite, and helps regulate blood sugar levels. GLP-1 receptor agonists are medications that mimic the effects of GLP-1 in the body. They help control blood sugar levels, promote weight loss, and reduce the risk of certain health complications like heart disease and kidney problems. Semaglutide is a new dietary supplement from High-Tech Pharmaceuticals that contains a GLP-1 receptor agonist. It is designed to assist individuals in managing their weight by reducing appetite, promoting satiety, and supporting healthy blood sugar control. This breakthrough product aims to provide a safe and effective solution for individuals struggling with weight management and related health issues.
Enveric Biosciences has made an exciting announcement that they have chosen EB003 as their lead drug candidate from their EVM301 series. Ascendis Pharma has good news because their CEO, CFO, and head of research and product development will be participating in the prestigious 42nd annual J.P. Morgan Healthcare Conference. This conference is a prominent event in the healthcare industry that provides an opportunity for innovative companies to showcase their advancements and connect with potential investors and partners.
Heranova Life Sciences has a good news because they have successfully completed a $13.5 million seed and seed plus financing. This will allow them to develop and provide integrated women's health solutions on a global scale.
B Biopharma has a good news. Chief Executive Officer Joanne Smith Farrell, PhD, will be presenting at the 42nd Annual J.P. Morgan Healthcare Conference. The company specializes in the discovery and development of engineered B-cell medicines. The conference will be held on Wednesday, January 10, 2024, at the Westin St. Francis in San Francisco, CA. Titan Pharmaceuticals has announced a reverse stock split with a ratio of 1-for-20. This means that for every 20 shares of the company's common stock, shareholders will receive 1 consolidated share. The split will take effect once an amendment to the company's amended and restated certificate of incorporation is filed. DP Techndog, a Chinese AI startup, aims to expand its AI technology into human oncology. Good news, the company is looking to expand its technology into a new market, potentially increasing its growth and revenue.
Apple is halting sales of its Apple Watch Series 9 due to a patent dispute. Bad news, the company's sales of this product will be temporarily halted, which could impact its revenue and market presence.
Valley investors Zachary Bogue and Chris Sacca are trying to stop cows from burping methane. Good news, investors are actively working on finding solutions to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, which aligns with environmental sustainability goals.
Cogita, an e-commerce wholesale marketplace, raises $86 million in Series B funding to compete with Anchor Store in Europe. Good news, the company has secured a significant amount of funding, indicating investor confidence and potential for market expansion.
Machine learning is set to speed up the detection of contamination in food factories. Good news, advancements in machine learning technology can lead to improved safety measures and better quality control in the food processing industry.
FirstCry, India's biggest e-commerce platform for mother and baby products, aims to raise $218 million in its IPO. Good news for FirstCry, as it will provide the company with significant funding for expansion.
Etsy undergoes layoffs due to challenges in maintaining product quality. Bad news for Etsy, as it reflects struggles in maintaining the quality of its offerings.
The EU's provisional deal on gig worker rights fails to get enough backing from member states. Bad news for gig workers as it indicates a setback in securing their rights. HomeCooks raises $3.2 million in seed funding, positioning itself as the Etsy of food. Good news for HomeCooks as it highlights successful fundraising and its unique positioning.
African B2B e-commerce platforms, MaxAB and Wasoko, are in talks to merge operations. Good news for MaxAB and Wasoko as a potential merger could lead to increased market share and synergies. Crypto India. The news is bad as the report states that the Indian government agency, Financial Intelligence Unit, plans to block the websites of several global crypto exchanges, including Binance and Kraken. This will limit access to these exchanges for Indian users.
NFTs. The news is good as the article highlights the belief within the industry that NFTs have underlying value and various use cases. This suggests that NFTs can withstand criticism and continue to thrive.
Hackers. The news is bad as it reveals that hackers stole $2 billion in crypto in 2023. However, the trend is slightly positive as it marks a decrease compared to previous years.
SVB, SBF, and OpenAI. The news does not specify any positive or negative information about the companies, as it is part of a podcast discussing significant events of 2023.
Archon Energy. The news is good for Archon Energy, as it announces a successful funding round of $110 million. The funds will be used to expand the company's Bitcoin mining capacity and launch an AI cloud service in Norway.
Biden has a good news. Their administration extended the suspension of Trump-era tariffs on European steel and aluminum.
The data quality has a bad news. It is getting worse, leading to fuzzier survey results as response rates fall.
The job market has a mixed news. Unemployment is expected to edge higher and hiring to slow in 2024, which could aid the economy's soft landing.
Minimum wages have a good news. 22 states are increasing pay floors, although many low-paid workers in fast food and housekeeping industries may have already received larger raises. The dissenting votes at the Federal Reserve's interest rate setting committee meetings have a bad news. They are at their lowest levels since the late 1970s and 1980s, indicating a lack of disagreement.
The Misery Index has a complex news. It suggests that Americans shouldn't feel miserable, but it may be a recent realization for some.
The Tax Whiz has a good news. Their hustle on Wall Street for investing in tax deals requires smarts and lots of patience.
Wall Street has a good news. Stocks rose through much of last year, powered by a stronger economy than anticipated.
Auto insurers have a good news. With repair cost inflation moving in the right direction, car insurers might have a better drive ahead of them in 2024.
Private equity has a bad news. Under pressure from all sides, buyout firms stayed quiet in 2023.
China's internet giants have a bad news. After a lousy 3 years, many investors are asking where things go from here.
Heard on the Street has a good news. Read about our columnists' most and least favorite stocks as they make their choices.
Silicon Valley Bank had a negative development in 2023, described as an implosion, which impacted multiple startups.
Vestwell, a company that provides workplace savings programs, had positive news as it raised $125 million in funding. Salesforce acquired Spiff, a platform that automates commission management for sales teams. Tamara, a buy now, pay later platform in Saudi Arabia, raised $340 million in funding, giving it a valuation of $1 billion.
The article discusses the ups and downs of the fintech industry in 2023 without specifying any particular company. Startups. The article discusses the startups that failed in 2023, indicating bad news for those specific companies. Startups Yearly. The article highlights the biggest startup stories from 2023 without mentioning any specific company. No clear indication of good or bad news.
Cannabis companies. The article mentions that the legal cannabis market had a challenging funding environment in 2023, suggesting bad news for cannabis startups. TechCrunch Plus surveys. The article mentions that investors and founders freely shared their thoughts in surveys, indicating potentially good news, as it suggests active engagement and participation. Shield AI, the defense tech startup, has expanded its latest funding round, raising $300 million in equity and debt, which can be seen as good news for the company.
Venture Remembering the Startups We Lost in 2023. This article discusses the collapse of startups in 2023. It does not mention any specific company, so it is neutral news.
The TechCrunch Plus surveys you need to read ahead of 2024. This article highlights surveys conducted with investors and founders to gather their thoughts and predictions for the upcoming year. It does not mention any specific company, so it is neutral news.
Play our 2023 TechCrunch Pub Quiz. Round 2. This article is a quiz about events that happened in 2023. It does not mention any specific company, so it is neutral news. More than 40 investors share their top predictions for 2024. This article discusses the predictions and expectations for 2024 shared by over 40 venture capitalists. It does not mention any specific company, so it is neutral news. 3 years after BLM, here's who stuck to their diversity commitments. This article looks back at the promises made by companies and investors regarding diversity commitments after the Black Lives Matter protests. It does not mention any specific company, so it is neutral news.